Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. Again, I'm Joshua Huck. I'm the Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy, overseeing all parts of the policy and operations of our U.S. Embassy here in Athens and our consulate up in Thessaloniki. Ambassador Guilfoyle sends her regards to all the participants here as part of this conference. And I can say personally, it's really wonderful to see so many familiar faces, so many old friends and supporters of the U.S.-Greece relationship. So let me begin by thanking our Greek hosts for convening this important forum and for the leadership that Greece continues to demonstrate as a strong NATO ally and a valued strategic partner and pillar of stability in the Eastern Mediterranean. This year's theme, Securing Defense Strategies for the Future, captures exactly what this moment demands. Because the future of defense is not something we are preparing for at some distant point on the horizon. It is already here. And the decisions that we make now will determine whether our alliance remains ready, resilient, and credible in the years ahead. Securing tomorrow will require more than vision. It will require strength. It will require speed. And it will require industrial capacity. And it will require allies and partners who are prepared to invest, innovate, and deliver. Now, the United States is approaching this challenge with clarity and urgency. Under President Trump, our approach is grounded in a simple premise: peace through strength. That means maintaining the strongest military in the world, but it also means revitalizing the U.S. defense industrial base. It means accelerating the delivery of real capability, and it means reducing unnecessary bureaucracy. Most importantly, it means working with trusted allies and partners who are prepared to carry more of the burden of collective defense. Now, this is not only about specific platforms. It's about the broader system that makes deterrence credible. Because in today's strategic environment, military power is not only measured by what you can design, it's measured by what you can produce, what you can sustain, what you can repair, and how fast you can scale in a crisis. That is the reality of modern deterrence. And that is why the United States increasingly sees defense innovation and industrial resilience as inseparable. Now, of course, Greece sits at a geostrategically important location. It's well known, but Greece's value is not only strategic, it is also industrial. And we don't have to imagine what U.S.-Greece defense industrial cooperation could look like, because we're already building it together. And let me give you some concrete examples. Through the Peace Xenia program, Greece has operated the F-16 for decades. Many of you here in the room have been involved in that important project, and that relationship has become one of the clearest examples of the enduring U.S.-Greece defense cooperation. Today, that legacy is being carried forward in the F-16 Viper upgrade modernization effort, where Lockheed Martin and Hellenic Aerospace Industries are upgrading the Hellenic Air Force's fleet right here in Greece. The in-country work on the F-16 Viper program has helped deepen technical expertise, strengthen sovereign maintenance and upgrade capability, and reinforce Greece's role as a serious industrial partner within the broader F-16 enterprise. But Hellenic Aerospace Industries' contribution goes far beyond upgrades. It also extends directly into production. For years, HAI has served as the co-producer on the F-16's program, manufacturing central fuselage sections that directly support the aircraft's global production line. That matters because it demonstrates something larger. Greece is not simply operating advanced systems, it's helping build them. And the same is true in the airlift domain. HAI has long contributed to the C-130J program through the production of structural assemblies for the Super Hercules. Recently, HAI celebrated the delivery of its 1,500th regulated assembly for the C-130J, underscoring a sustained and meaningful role in the United States' most important tactical airlift program. Now, HAI's cooperative partnership with the United States defense industry shows that modern allied defense cooperation is not just about procurement. It's about industrial participation. It's about supply chain integration. It's about trusted production nodes, and it's about ensuring that allied firms help strengthen the resilience, responsiveness, and capacity of the broader defense ecosystems that make both our countries safer and the NATO alliance stronger. And we are seeing these contributions become even more tangible and more current in the current private sector industry landscape. Earlier this year, Intracom Defense announced more than $100 million in new contracts from Raytheon for the Patriot air and missile defense system. These contracts will support Raytheon's global supply chain, delivering key items that support the Patriot's operational readiness, availability, and long-term sustainment worldwide. That is not... Oh? I'll give you a moment to cogitate on that. There we go. Okay, we're good? All right. That was just to get your attention. I hope I have your undivided focus now. So these, as I was saying, it's these contracts that Intracom Defense has announced that will support Raytheon's global supply chain, delivering items that will support the Patriot system's sustainment worldwide. And that is not symbolic sustainment or symbolic participation. That is a Greek company contributing directly to one of the most important defense ecosystems in the transatlantic arsenal. We're also seeing this kind of contribution in the soldier systems and electro-optic space. In 2025, Theon Sensor, a Greek-headquartered leader in night vision and electro-optical systems, announced a significant expansion in the United States. Under its Theon Next initiative, the company said the United States subsidiary would move relevant industrial and product development operations to Virginia, creating a U.S. manufacturing hub for future digital and augmented reality-enabled electro-optical systems. That expansion was paired with new investment and deeper cooperation with major U.S. market partners. So again, this is exactly what modern allied industrial integration should look like. Not just exports to the United States, not just exports to Greece, but investments in the United States, investments in each other, and co-development that strengthens the shared defense ecosystem on both sides of the Atlantic. Now, if we are serious about securing tomorrow, then allies and partners must play a larger role, not simply as customers, but as I said, co-developers, co-producers, and sustainment providers. I'd like to offer 4 practical ways that allies and partners, and Greece in particular, can help strengthen U.S. defense innovation and our broader transatlantic defense industrial base. First, bring specialized innovation to the fight. Across the alliance, and increasingly here in Greece, we see real potential areas such as autonomous systems, advanced sensors, secure communications, cyber capabilities, AI-enabled applications, and much more. The future is not going to be about one nation innovating everything alone and other nations buying it. The better model and the future model is collaboration from the beginning, where allies shape requirements, contribute niche expertise, and build interoperability from day one. Second recommendation is to strengthen our trusted supply chains. Recent years have made one thing very clear. Supply chains are now a frontline national security issue. Microelectronics, propulsion, critical minerals, software assurance, secure logistics. These are not background issues. These are not side issues. These are strategic issues. For the United States, one of the clearest priorities is to reduce vulnerability to unreliable or adversarial dependencies, and instead deepen integration with our trusted industrial partners. For Greece, that means a real opportunity. For Greece, that gives it an opportunity to position itself as a dependable node in the alliance's defense supply network, especially in aviation support, in aerostructures, maritime sustainment, logistics, depot-level maintenance, and much more. And importantly, this is not a theoretical opportunity. When Greek companies like Intercom Defense become a meaningful supplier inside Raytheon's Patriot ecosystem, or when a Greek company like Theon invests in U.S. manufacturing and product development for next-generation soldier systems, that is what resilient allied supply chain integration looks like. Third recommendation is to expand production and sustainment capacity. If recent conflicts have taught us anything, it's that production matters. Deterrence is not just about exquisite technology. It's also about magazines, about spare parts, about depot maintenance, about shipyard throughput, and the ability to replace losses and readiness quickly, and expand readiness quickly. This is where Greece can contribute in very practical and very meaningful ways. For example, in aviation, HAI's work on the F-16 and the C-130J programs shows how this industrial cooperation can work in practice. It shows that through our partnership, we can build workforce skills, manufacturing depth, build our technical confidence, and thereby build the foundation for cooperation and long-term sustainment. Fourth recommendation is pretty simple, but it may be the most important, and that's move faster. If we want innovation to matter, we must get serious about speed. The future will not wait for slow procurement cycles, redundant approvals, or outdated processes. Our adversaries are moving fast. So the question for all of us is simple. Can we shorten timelines? Can we streamline approvals? How can we make it easier for smaller firms and non-traditional innovators to enter defense markets? How can we move from concept to contract to a fielded capability faster? Speed is no longer a luxury. It's part of deterrence, and it's where governments and industry must work together with far greater discipline and far greater urgency. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States remains firmly committed to NATO and to our alliance partners and to the principle that our security is strongest when we stand together. But the current moment is a moment for stronger alliances, not just familiar alliances. So what does stronger mean? Stronger means more capable, but stronger also means more resilient. It means more production. It means more investment. And it means more burden sharing. If we want to secure tomorrow, then we must build an alliance that is not only operationally interoperable, but industrially interoperable. An alliance that can innovate faster, an alliance that can produce at scale. We need an alliance that can sustain operations under pressure, and an alliance that can deter aggression, because our adversaries will know that we have not just the will, but the industrial strength to prevail. DEFEA is exactly the kind of forum where this important work can advance, not just by showcasing technology, but by building partnerships. Partnerships between government and industry, partnerships between established defense firms and emerging innovators, partnerships between the United States and Greece, and partnerships across the alliance that turn shared purpose into shared strength. If we do that, if we combine American strength with allied commitment, with trusted industrial cooperation, and with the strategic contributions of partners like Greece, then we will do more than just prepare for the future. We will strengthen the industrial foundations of deterrence, reinforce the security of our alliance, and help ensure that the free nations represented here today remain ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Thank you very much.